is aware of this problem and he will support the government of Jigawa State.
President Tinubu sympathizes with Jigawa people over devastating flood disaster and shows of continued support to victims.
We are also thinking of temporarily banning export of trees from Nigeria very soon.
Nigeria puts legal framework to stop exploitation of timber, protect forests and wetlands. Nasarawa State Police Command arrests a woman with anti-aircraft ammunition. Hello and welcome to the news desk at 6 and Nta News24. We are live in Abuja. I am Olajide Bello. Many thanks for joining us. Nigeria's vice president was in Jalingo, Taraba State to witness the wedding ceremony between Keziah Kefas, a daughter of the Taraba State Governor, Abu Kefas, and Beatrice Josiah Habu. The vice president, who was the special guest at the reception, prayed for the couple a blissful life, encouraging them to be tolerant of one another.
As Martin Luther King said, we either learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools. In Governor Kepas, we have seen a leader who has shown the capacity for inclusivity. Nigeria and Taraba were a kaleidoscope of colors. Any leader worth his salt to reach out across the aisles and embrace tendencies that are not in alignment with him. But because of the quality of leadership, the inclusivity that Governor Kepas is exhibiting in bringing together a community of nations. I'm here because of your quality of leadership. If you are a divisive leader, I will use every platform to criticize you. But you deserve commendation and I want to thank you. I can say very little to the digital couple. I want to wish you marital bliss, happiness, and may God bless this union with beautiful children. Thank you so much.
Jonathan chaired the wedding's reception with some state governors, ministers and dignitaries from all walks of life. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has sympathized with the government and people of Jigawa State over the recent incidents of floodings across the state. The president's sympathy message was delivered at the government house in Dutse by the Minister of Defense, Muhammad Badaru Abubakar, assuring the Jigawa State government of continued support to reduce the plight of the victims. Muhammad Musa Askira brings us details.
Contrary to the previous occurrences of flooding in Jigawa State, which usually began towards the end of September as a result of the release of the overflowing Tiga and Bagauda dams in Kano State, this year's episode of flood in Jigawa has started in July, not from the release of dams this time, but a heavy downpour that ran for 7 days without relenting. The flash flooding has beaten the preventive and mitigation measures put in place by the state government and continues to wreak havoc, submerging houses and farmlands, leaving victims in horrific living conditions. So far, the flood has left in its trail 33 fatality, 7,500 houses collapsed, 11,500 farmlands submerged in the 148 communities affected, conducted across the 14 local government areas in the state. Commensurating with the government and the victims in the state, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, represented by the Defense Minister Muhammad Badru Abubakar, said the federal government will stand with Jigawa State in these trying moments. Governor Umar Namadi has been working around the clock to ensure that victims are supported and provided with everything that will make their lives comfortable while the disaster lasts, which he has been commended for by the president.
We provide food items, we provide beddings, we provide medications, we provide clean water, and we provide also conveniences. Just this is to allow the people to live an average life, but no longer a normal life. Because you cannot live a normal life in an IDP camp.
It's a climate change issue, and I am sure the governor is capable of handling the situation with the support of the federal government. And I believe the president is aware of this problem, and he will support the government of Jigawa State to make sure that the reoccurrence of these problems did not continue.
The minister has announced his personal donation of 20 million naira to support the victims in Dutse. Muhammad Musa Askira, Nta News.
Nigeria is putting necessary legal framework in place to stop the exportation of timber to protect its forests and wetlands. Minister of Environment Balarabe Abbas Lawal gave the hint when he received Forestry Association of Nigeria in Abuja. Charles Alpha reports.
Only 3.7% of forest cover, the minister said, is left in Nigeria as against the 25% required for any nation. Moved with the alarming rates of the ongoing logging and conversion of forest reserves in states for development, Balarabe Abbas expressed the fears that if no concrete measures are taken, even the few reserves left will disappear. He said government is fine-tuning plans to audit its forests to ascertain its true condition, while also putting necessary mechanisms in place to set up an environmental crime tribunal to try cases of illegal logging, poaching, as well as other environmental crimes. He tasked the Forestry Association of Nigeria to come up with plans that can help President Tinubu's greening initiatives.
We are also thinking of temporarily banning export of trees from Nigeria very soon. And that, I think, is because we are trying to see and assess ourselves. I say we must take an audit of all the trees that we have across the entire states.
The present pronouncement on the Green Project Initiative is a laudable program, and whatever the association can do for them to promote more trees to be planted in Nigeria, in the state, we need to do it.
The minister also received in audience women in energy, oil and gas who came seeking ways to collaborate in the decarbonization drive of the federal government by ending energy poverty, pollution and promoting clean cooking initiatives as it affects women. Charles Alpha, Nta News.
The Nigerian government is equipping the Marine Police to secure the nation's waterways as part of strategies to boost the blue economy. Minister of State for Police Affairs, Iman Suleiman Ibrahim, gave the assurance while inspecting Marine Police formations in Akwa Ibom State. Clement Barikwi has details.
Sea piracy is a major setback to socio-economic activities along the waterways of Akwa Ibom State, and this tour of Marine Police formations in the state by the Minister of State for Police Affairs is to identify the gaps in order to fortify the waterways for a robust blue economy, as envisaged by President Bola Tinubu.
With the vision that Mr. President has for the blue economy, it's very important that we do a total scan of our police marine environment to look at their operations and see how we can further support them, strengthen what they're doing.
Deputy Commissioner Police Operations Baba Mohammed Azari took the minister around the various formations on behalf of the Commissioner of Police, Akwa Ibom State Command.
She has inspected these facilities with the hope that they will be able to upgrade them to be of better use to the police force.
The minister visited the Maritime Academy of Nigeria, Oron, to strike a partnership for the retraining of marine police personnel as well as the Nigerian Navy ship Jubilee Ikanabasi, where she is suing for a sustained inter-agency collaboration. Clement Barikui, NTA News.
Leadership of the National Assembly has approved the appointment of Bashir Abubakar as Chief Commissioner, Public Complaints Commission. A statement from the Secretary Information Department, Ali Umoru, indicates that commissioners have also been appointed for the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT. The appointees will be inaugurated soon in compliance with the provisions of Public Complaints Act. The Public Complaints Commission is established by an act of the National Assembly to conduct investigation and complaints by aggrieved persons over actions of government and private companies. The Nasarawa State Police Command has arrested a woman with anti-aircraft ammunition, according to the Command's Relations Officer, DSP Rahman Nansel. Police operatives retired to Kefi Division, acting on a credible intelligence, intercepted her alongside a 2-year-old child. Consequently, 124 rounds of anti-aircraft ammunition concealed in gallons of palm oil and a mobile phone and a sum of 78,500 naira cash were recovered from her. Preliminary investigations revealed that the suspect received supply of the ammunition at Rafin Sanyi village in Doma local government area of the state and was on her way to Katsina before being intercepted. In the meantime, the Commissioner of Police, Morshehu Nadada, has directed the case be transferred to the Force Intelligence Department, Force Headquarters, Abuja, for further investigations. The Nigeria Police Force has confirmed the release of 20 medical students and others who were kidnapped barely 1 week in Otukpo, Benue State, while en route to the annual convention of the Federation of Catholic Medical and Dental Students in Enugu State. A statement by the force indicates that no ransom was paid to secure their release, but that they were actually rescued tactically and professionally. The force thanked the security agencies, locals, and the Office of the National Security Advisor for their commitment and resilience in the rescue of the students. The European Union and the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security have trained farmers on smart agriculture to improve their yield. The Nigerian Agricultural Insurance Corporation described climate change as a major threat to food security in Africa. Farmers are encouraged to adopt early maturing seeds and to insure their farms in case of losses. It was emphasized that inconsistency of rains this year in some states will affect farmers' output due to drought and floods being recorded in some parts of the country, destroying farmlands, and the situation is likely to be worse. Let's take a break now. More reports when we return.
From the creeks of the Niger Delta to the breathtaking scenery of the plateau, in noonday and nighttime, we set out to bring to you captivating stories that evoke your emotions. For fascinating documentaries and reports on day-to-day issues with expert analysis, tune in to Nta News24, DSTV channel 419, GoTV channel 26, StarTimes channel 101 and 433, and Free TV channel 703.
Thanks for being there. About 5,000 FCT residents across the 6 area councils are benefiting from a free medical outreach. These, the Mandate Secretary for Health Services and Environment Secretariat, Adedolapo Fashawa, says is in line with the renewed hope initiative of President Bola Tinubu. Aisha Ubali reports.
Report of World Health Organization says over 2/3 of Nigerians do not have access to eye care services, and it has become imperative for stakeholders to improve the health system at primary eye care level in order to deliver the World Health Organization's primary eye care package. To this end, the Health Services and Environment Secretariat of the FCTA and the Atom Foundation are collaborating to reach out to FCT residents with eye care through this medical outreach, which includes cataract and glaucoma operations, free medical glasses, as well as eye drops.
Government can't do it all. We also need the support of organizations like this to support, provide care and access to healthcare for our citizens.
So I'm very excited. I'm the minister of FCT and state minister. I'm very happy with them, and I'm happy that the turnout is come. And this is the only way that the masses can have opportunity to come ahead.
Some of the beneficiaries applauded the program and called on other groups to support government initiative, especially in healthcare delivery.
Na samu shekara uku ina fama da wannan larura. Kuma amma yanzu kuma amman aiki kyauta, Allah ya saka da alkhairi.
Just for reading, but I don't use it for anything else. I can see very far, I can drive without glasses, but it's just to read.
Out there, surgery is going on. Surgery, cataract surgery takes between 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the complexity.
According to the founder, Yahaya Guja, the initiative will be sustained. Aisha Ubaali, NTA News.
The enormous benefits of good governance is for the healthy and the living. To this end, the Abia State government has come up with some health interventions to keep our citizens fit and healthy. Ikechukwu Ndukwe tells us some of the interventions.
The Abia State government had announced that it is embarking on rehabilitation and equipping primary health centers, including tertiary health facilities in the state, to adequately safeguard the health of residents.
We are interested in preventing diseases, managing them appropriately after diagnosing early.
In addition to funding and rehabilitation of health facilities in the state, free antenatal and consultation for pregnant mothers in their first experience, free screening for types of hepatitis, and free consultation for all pregnant mothers in the state are going side by side.
Awareness, creation, and screening for hepatitis B. We cannot say any more than expressing how grateful we are for this lauded program. That this knowledge that prevention is better than cure.
Those that are negative, we refer them to our immunization clinic to get the vaccines. Then those that are, we've only seen one positive case, who is going to see our consultant and start his antiviral medications.
A visit to the Abia State University Teaching Hospital, Aba, reveals full compliance with the policy. The chief medical director of ABSUT says it is heartbroken that women in the state are still patronizing quacks despite enormous investment of the state government in the health sector.
This is one of the primary health centers here in Abia State. If you look at this place properly, you will find out that it is in a sorry state. This is one of the health facilities that is begging for attention of the state government. From Aba, Ikechukwu Ndukwe, NTA News.
The Minister of Youth Development, Jamila Ibrahim, has reiterated the commitments of the federal government to ensure that Nigerian youths are meaningfully engaged to contribute to economic growth. She stated this at the closing ceremony of a workshop on how to write a bankable business plan for youth entrepreneurs held at the National Youth Development Center in Osun State. Femi Afariogun has a report.
The 2-week training workshop on how to generate, design and write a bankable business plan for youth entrepreneurs from the southern part of Nigeria was part of the federal government's ongoing effort to address youth unemployment and foster entrepreneurship. Presiding over the closing ceremony was the Minister of Youth Development, Jamila Bio Ibrahim, represented by Director of Enterprise Development and Promotion, Federal Ministry of Youth Development, Olubenga Momo, as she emphasized the importance of equipping young Nigerians with tools necessary to transform their business ideas into viable ventures.
They should, when they go back, they should train others. They should be train the trainers. They should train their colleagues, talk their parents at home that are doing business. They can equally tell them how to detect fraud, how to generate business, how to keep records.
160 youths from 17 states participated in intensive sessions focusing on critical aspects of business planning, market research, financial forecasting, and strategic planning.
And I have also learned many things when it comes to entrepreneurship. It is not only by starting a business, you have to have a smart aim and objective.
I'm going out as a new person, as a person who is able to prioritize his needs and wants in life.
Beyond the workshop, the Ministry of Youth Development promised to engage them in mentorship programs and access to funding opportunities. From Odeomo in Osun State, Femi Afariogun, NTA News.
One key area of interest for President Bola Tinubu is transforming Nigeria's education sector. This has been demonstrated with a series of reformative policies. 1 year after the pilots tasked this job, Minister of Education Professor Tahir Mamman and Minister of State Dr. Tanka Yusuf Sunono says no far the fruits are gradually ripening and being enjoyed in some areas. Zinrat Dingmo reports.
Upon assuming office, both ministers hit the ground running by carrying out thorough research into the needs, opportunities, challenges and way forward for the sector. This led to the creation of DOTS policy with focus on data generation, understanding the menace of out-of-school children, teachers training, skills acquisition and development. Access to education for all, teachers' welfare, judicious use of funds and infrastructural development are issues currently being handled, as the minister highlighted the provision of 40,401 infrastructural facilities to schools at various levels and 6,510 to tertiary institutions across the country.
We also developed the National Teacher Education Policy to integrate skills acquisition and development in all courses. Guidelines have been developed for the implementation. We have actually introduced dual mode education for teachers. Now, College of Education in Nigeria can now run courses in NC and degree in teachers education at the same time. This is one of the most important transformative policies this government is delivering to this country.
Other notable achievements include the upgrade of curricula to accommodate skills and allow open distance learning options, while also working on addressing issues of internal and external security and safety issues in schools, especially bullying and violence among students.
We have considered the possibility of working with professional bodies to inspect and check facilities of schools across the country. Structures that house learners have to be safe for them.
The minister and myself believe in collegial system where each person is assigned responsibility and is given close monitoring to ensure that we achieve the mandate of Mr. President.
Going forward, the ministry intends to intensify efforts towards integrating 3.5 million Almajiri and out-of-school children into formal schools, ensure smooth take-off of various new tertiary institutions across the country, among others. In Abuja, Zenred Dingmun, NTA News.
A law student from the University of Maiduguri, Borno State, Ibrahim Muhammad Nasir, has emerged second position in the first category, coming behind Saudi Arabia's Saad bin Ibrahim bin Hamd at the just concluded ceremony of the 44th King Abdulaziz International Quranic Competition in Makkah, Saudi Arabia. Correspondent Akwelabi reports about winners of the 5 categories of the competition received cash prizes totaling 4 million Saudi riyals.
Held at the Grand Mosque in Mecca, the 44th King Abdulaziz International Competition for Memorization and Interpretation of the Quran reached its grand finale under the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud.
إن الله بعباده لخبير بصير.
The event was honored by the Deputy Governor of Mecca, Prince Saud bin Mashal bin Abdulaziz, who recognized the remarkable achievements of this year's winners.
هل ينظرون إلا تاويله.
Saudi's Minister of Islamic Affairs, Da'wah and Guidance, Dr. Abdul Latif bin Abdulaziz Al Sheikh, highlighted the profound significance of the competition, describing it as a testimony to Saudi Arabia's unwavering dedication to nurturing the memorization and recitation of the Quran.
المتسابق ناصر إبراهيم محمد من جمهورية نيجيريا الاتحادية.
Nigeria's Ibrahim Muhammad Nasir, a law student from the University of Maiduguri who hailed from Shira local government area of Bauchi State, clinched the second position in the first category, coming behind Saudi Arabia's Saad bin Ibrahim bin Hamd. Nasir had earlier won the first position in the 2023 National Quranic competition held in Damaturu, Yobe State, which qualified him to represent the country at the international level, and his performance in that of Abdullahi Salisu Abba in the second category have indeed made Nigeria proud. The competition, which is a hallmark of dedication to the Holy Quran, attracted 174 contestants from 123 countries and did not only celebrate the spiritual and scholarly excellence of its participants but also underscores Saudi Arabia's commitment to the preservation and deep appreciation of the Quranic heritage. The winners in the 5 categories of the competition received cash prizes totaling 4 million Saudi riyals. Tokbe Alabi, Nta News.
And that's the news desk at 6 and Nta News 24. Thanks for watching. I am Olajide Bello.